Hello and welcome back to the Space Jam Continuum, the show where we try to make a cohesive cinematic universe out of something that was never meant to be one. I'm Chris McLennan.
I'm Carl Noble.
And we're going to rejoin the ongoing adventures of Porky IV.
Ah, Porky IV.
Porky IV. He was, they were trying to get him to prove himself somewhat last time.
They did. I think he did well.
But it was mainly through some, pretty standard stories.
Yeah, he's torn down on the stutter, which is good. Because that was getting a bit much.
He was getting a bit much. He was really going for it.
He was real heavy with it, wasn't he?
But they were mostly they've mostly been pretty standard stories, like since the Porky switch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this next episode, the film fan, might give us a bit more of an insight into the universe again. It sounds like I can't think, what standard tale that could wind up being.
No.
So I'm hoping it's an insight into the world again.
I'm hoping so. Maybe he's director.
We are nearing the end of 1939. It's just this one and the next episode, which is a Two Curious Puppies episode.
Yeah.
And in 1940, at some point we're going to encounter bugs. We're going to encounter Elmer.
Yeah, it's a big year. Well, 1940.
Yeah,
big year.
But right now, let's get straight into it with the film fan, starring Porky Pig, the fourth, December 16th, 1939. Right, a number of things there then.
Yeah. So he's clearly back at home.
He's clearly back at home, but I think we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So,
mass transport system.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah, first thing we saw.
Yeah.
Is like the tram system, literal sardine tins. So they literally pack people up, ship them off somewhere on the tram system, and then it all sort of
the old key and the
key thing.
I wonder how they've managed to make a reusable version of that.
There's no guarantee that they have. Maybe that just goes off the end of the line.
They reseal it.
Yeah.
So grab them all in and then seal it up.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, but it's nevertheless what they're doing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's obviously cheap.
We've got to presume the monkeys are still in government.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen any elections or anything like that going on, so...
But it's not necessarily cheap, is my point.
Ah, right, yeah. No, there is that. Yeah,
they are mad bastards.
Let's build 2 buildings.
Yeah.
Why not?
Then, next thing, almost immediately after, we see a dog with a dog.
It's happened.
A posh
lady dog.
Lady dog, and then a dog on a leash.
Yeah, and it was... I mean, it didn't, kind of identify itself as being particularly sentient.
No, I mean, it did sort of talk, but it was still a sort of a barking talk.
Yeah, it was talking in that way that
it's talking the way Scooby-Doo can talk.
Yes, exactly.
Ergo, visibly, a.k.a. he can't.
Yeah, he's not very good at it, is he? So, dog with dog.
Yeah,
and
we've been waiting for it.
Not in kind of... Or it didn't seem to be like a sub-dom relationship. Just seemed to be her dog.
A dog with a dog.
Weird.
And, that's one step towards, a pig eating a pork chop or...
Yeah.
No,
I think that's going to be the thing. If we see Porky eating like a bacon sandwich.
Yeah, that's the next level.
Yeah, it's going to be a worrying time, that.
But yeah, the main premise of the cartoon was there was kids matinee at the cinema.
The old cinema box.
And for one day only, kids will let him free. Now, Porky saw this straight in.
Yeah, he does not mind using his diminutive stature to pretend to be a child.
Because we know Porky is at least 27, 28 years old.
Definitely.
We know that.
But we've seen him hold down many a job that you would not give to a child.
Yeah. But so he has no problem, using his diminutive stature to get into the cinema.
Nope.
Or
doesn't care.
But also it means that he passes as a child.
Yeah. I mean,
quite happily.
He didn't really give the guy at the front much of a chance to stop him. Because he went, kids get in for free, and just bolted straight through to the point where the dog had to, lift his legs out the way to not get bowled over.
That's true. I mean, also, so then once he's in there, he basically just watches film after film after film, which in and of itself doesn't answer many questions. But the Masked Bandit from the previous two that Porky was in, was in one of the films.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's clearly an entertainer, a performing artist. Meaning that there is a definite separation between those cartoons that are like a story.
Yes, like the shows we see, and then the ones where it's just the portals opened on a day in the life of somebody.
A day in the life of somebody, which is what this was.
Yes.
But the interesting thing is, during that cartoon, in their world, Duck in the front row fires a catapult at the horse, and it hits the horse, which means there's a second portal allowing for toonception of some kind.
We're going to have to keep an eye out for that, because that could cause some major problems. Because what happens if the Masked Bandit came out there and then got into a different show?
But I think they'd let him... Oh no, maybe not, because Porky... They must allow that passage on that second portal.
I guess so.
Because, Duck in the front row, by all accounts a kid, knew that would work.
Yeah. He wasn't expecting it to hit the screen or anything like that. He just kind of...
He went for the horse.
He was like, right, that's going to hit it.
So, that's number one. Number two, Porky has appeared in a cartoon with the Masked Bandit.
Yeah.
So, he's allowed in and out.
Yeah.
Whether he's doing a show for them or for us.
Yeah. Maybe that's how they do it. Maybe that's how they do... films and stuff like that. They don't shoot it on the stage. You just get in a film world, and then away you go. That's you doing a film. Yeah. Maybe that's how they do it.
Which would explain a lot about seeming openness about the use of the portal on the toon side.
Yeah, because they're used to the concept.
They're keeping up. They kept us under. Yeah.
So maybe this is their little kind of way of telling people on our side exactly kind of what's going on.
Do you think it's sort of like La Resistance situation?
Yeah, I think they're just like,
let the humans know.
Yeah. But I'm guessing it gets quashed quite.
Yeah, we'll see how it progresses in that regard.
It'll be interesting. I'm thinking, the little duck that fired the thing at the horse looks a lot like Daffy. Think maybe it's one of Daffy's kids?
I don't think so, because Porky would know Daffy's kids.
That's true.
Although...
It's dark in there, though.
Would this Porky know Daffy's kids? Yet.
Potentially not.
But... Yeah, we just don't know.
Because have we seen him do anything with... where we are?
I don't think we've seen him with Daffy since Daffy settled down.
No, well, I mean...
They said he was in a cameo, but I don't think he was.
No, well, I don't think he was, because when we were watching Naughty Neighbours, we couldn't realistically find anybody who we thought was Daffy, because that was when they were battling over the...
Yeah.
We couldn't find anybody.
There were a lot of sort of Daffy Duck-looking ducks, but none of them were Daffy.
No.
Not in voice.
I don't think he has worked with... I don't think he has worked with Daffy yet, but I mean, even if he had worked with Daffy, he wouldn't necessarily recognise his kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Porky III would know Daffy's kids, and he'd have been like, "Oh, I'm not going to get away with this."
No, they clearly know I'm not
28.
Yeah, I'm too old for this.
Also, it hasn't been that long since Daffy had kids. Well, we don't really know what the life cycle is like.
No,
we don't know how quick people grow up.
Well, I'd say, I mean, it's potential they kind of age quickly to a certain point, and then the aging process slows right down.
Yeah.
Kind of like Wolverine. He aged pretty quick. Well, I say quick. But then his aging slowed down.
Yeah, he aged to, sort of...
Adult.
Like an adult, but it took him a while to get old.
Yeah. Real old.
Yeah, that's something to think about. The last thing, of course, is that the dog security guard fella stops the matinee and says, if anyone here is a kid who was sent on an errand by their mother to go to the shop, and it was get out, go do that.
That was due to him getting a phone call from Mrs. Pig.
Yeah.
Asking, is my son there? Because I sent him on an errand. Because like Porky, when he was at the very start, he was walking down the street, flicking a coin up and down, which we've seen him do before. And he was saying, like, loaf of bread, pint of milk. So he'd obviously been sent out to get a couple of bits, and that coin was...
So what's interesting there is, even though he is 27, 28 years old, he is currently probably jobless. Yeah. He's living at home with his mum.
And being sent on errands.
Which
is, fair enough. You got to earn your keep.
But, like, it's not a good time for Porky.
No, it's not. But,
do you think that, like, when they're going, right, you're the Porky Pig we're going to show to all the humans...
Yeah.
That must be, not a very well-paid role.
I guess not. It's kind of...
Either that, or it might just be a long career. It might just be because he's proven himself bad with money before. But this is a new Porky.
Are you thinking this one might be slightly better with money?
No, I'm thinking he's as bad, which is I don't know. Maybe it's something they look for in a Porky Pig.
Or fiscally irresponsible.
Yeah,
it's like on the application form. Are you fiscally irresponsible?
Yeah.
Yes. he has $20. What are you going to do with it? Scrabble it up, throw it in the bin. That's what I'm going to do.
I think it's, are you fiscally irresponsible? And the answer they're looking for is, I don't know what that means.
Yes. What's fiscally mean?
It's like, yeah, you're in.
You'll do. Yeah, potentially.
But yeah, some interesting things opened up. Dogs can have dogs. Toonception is possible.
Yeah.
Porky Pig is a charlatan and a fraud who sneaks into the cinema.
He was so willing to do it as well. He's like, kids get in for free. Winner.
And currently he's back at home with his mum.
Yeah.
Which is interesting though.
But it's potentially this one never. Yeah, potentially this one never left home.
Yeah, that's true.
When you say back at home with his mum, maybe
it's not the same.
Still at home with his mum.
Because I was just thinking, it's like, wait a second, it's not the same.
No,
because it's not.
Because he's not going to go back to he's not going to go back to the farm because
that's not where his.
As far as we know, his family don't have a farm.
Because that was Porky III's family.
So maybe he's just still at home.
That's true.
Maybe he's never left.
Which is why he maybe acts far more childlike all the time than the previous Porky.
He's never been out on his own.
Do you think he's the youngest person to be put
in the Porky position?
In the Porky position. Do you think they've Matt Smithed it?
It seems. So far, definitely.
Yeah.
He's definitely the youngest we've seen so far because all the others have that when we first came in, Porky, he had a house.
Yeah,
he was already settled.
He was getting fired from a job a week.
Yeah, exactly. So he was already happy and in a position. Whereas this one, we've just seen him do a couple of shows and stuff. This is the first time we've seen his life.
Yeah. Well, let's press on, I reckon.
Yeah.
So we've got Two Curious Puppies episode. It's called The Curious Puppy. So we'll see which one of them is going to cop it. Which of the two curious puppies is going to cop it in this episode?
Oh, God, it's going to be so dark.
Place your bets now. We are watching The Curious Puppy, December 30th, 1939. Alright then, The Curious Puppy.
That's why it's called The Curious Puppy.
He's struck out on his own.
He is.
He's gone out without his... The little one's gone out without his buddy.
Well, that was big, mate.
And this is the first time in the Two Curious Puppies one, I think, that they've actually been in any, peril.
Yeah. Yeah, so he went into a closed amusement park. So the amusement park was closed for the season.
Yeah.
So he goes in, sees a silhouette of a cat, goes to try and catch it, parkours himself up a building, falls off, hits the main switch, everything turns on. And then he goes off venturing to, see what's about.
And what's about is this other dog
The guard dog.
And he's not too happy about it. He
He's
wants
not.
to use his crazy chase around. They've definitely changed the vibe of the Two Curious Puppies cartoon. It's more angry.
Yes, yeah. It was definitely like that. The new dog, the watchdog. I mean, obviously he had a reason to be a little bit miffed because everything was on and it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And he was a bit angry at the little puppy, so he started chasing him about, and it did feel. I kind of thought they were going to end up friends in the end.
Yeah, because I was wondering if it was like... That's why... Because we skipped back to the previous Two Curious Puppies thing, because I vaguely remember what that dog looked like, but it was close enough to this dog that I needed to go and check.
Yes, yeah.
Because I thought what we might have had is like an origin.
Yeah, kind of
story.
how they met.
But that is not the case.
No, it doesn't seem to be. This seems to be
Just a
kind
little
of just
puppy
in situ.
snooping about,
Yeah.
pissing off another dog.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like he was getting himself into that much mischief. It seemed to be the watchdog that was causing most of the problems. He was the one tearing the place up.
But yeah, like ultimately, I don't think we got much from that.
Apart from the fact there's amusement parks that close for a certain season. That's the only thing I learned that was new.
Yeah, I mean, that seems weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, what season do they close?
Autumn.
Oh, there we go. Right, because they closed in autumn. Good.
I don't know.
No, I like it. So, amusement parks.
Presuming this was a look into their world, December.
So maybe it was closed for the Christmas season.
Maybe.
Maybe
The
that's what it
holiday
was.
season.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it didn't say holiday season, it just said the season, but
Yeah.
judging at the time.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But is a boring answer.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Right, okay.
So 1940.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Oh, they're going to get some good mouse clicking.
Yep, let's listen to my clicks. Click. Click.
Professional.
Click. That's what I'm about.
Porky's Last Stand. Daffy and Porky together again.
So this is the first time with new Porky, Porky IV, and Daffy not as a cameo. So, Porky's Last Stand. Oh, does this sound like it's going to be them putting a show on, though? Or maybe this is a day in the life of Porky.
It does. I'm wondering if at some point we're going to see Porky switch back.
What's Porky the Third? What, do you think he's going to make a comeback?
I think there's always the potential, right, that he's going to realise that his life is a sham.
Yeah, and that the kid isn't his kid.
And they're going to realise that, the dynamic with this new Porky maybe isn't working out.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite like watching it knowing it's a different Porky. Like, my feelings towards him in various situations are a lot different.
So what?
There's something inside me that's like looking at Porky now and going, "You're a fraud."
I don't believe a word of this.
I don't know why, but it's genuinely become problematic for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's see how you get on with this one.
Well, I think we should, but first we might have to.
Is it that time?
We might have to get the old tin pan out.
Okay. Oh, I need something to rattle. I haven't got anything to rattle.
Let's go to Tin Pan Alley.
Let's Tin Pan Alley.
So, we make this podcast for free.
Yeah, we do.
And we're going to keep making it for free.
Always.
But keeping this alive, does cost us money on hosting and things.
Yeah.
And there are also some other things we'd like to do.
Just to kind of, flesh it out a little bit.
And
that's going to take time.
Yeah, we're part of a podcast network called Kaiju FM, with a couple of other shows. There's a few things we'd like to do on that network. We'd like to start a YouTube channel. That'd be nice. Get some content for that. We'd like to do a D&D podcast with us and some of the hosts of the other shows.
See, that would be awesome.
And basically, we've set up a Patreon account to try and get the funds together to do some of that.
Yeah.
But we can't keep that sort of thing afloat without some help from you lot.
No, it's not much, just like $1 a month And that sends some money towards the support of all of this, which is good.
Less than 25 cents a show.
I know.
And if you listen to the podcast and enjoy it, then please do consider donating to the Patreon. There's an exclusive show about kaiju films that you get access to if you're a Patreon supporter, and there's some other reward levels as well if you fancy giving us a little more. Yep. But it's absolutely not compulsory. Don't worry about it. But every little helps. Yeah,
it is purely optional. We are going to continue doing this because we enjoy it so much.
Absolutely. But if you'd like to help us out, please head over to kaiju.fm and click the support us button, and Patreon will make everything very easy. And if you do, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You like films, right? Of course you do. Everyone likes films. Well, Sam and I, we really like films. I mean, we love films. So we got together and made a podcast called The Prestige. Every Monday, we get together and we talk about our film of the week. Currently, we're in season 3 and we're doing directors of the week. Each month, we do a different director and we talk about their 4 films. If you like movies like we like movies, please come along and listen to us. You can find us here on Kaiju FM or anywhere you can get podcasts. Cheers!
Okay, now that we've sorted our financial situation out, let's get into this 1940 action.
First one in 1948. Yeah. Porky's Last Stand.
Porky's Last Stand. It's Porky Pig and Daffy Duck.
Oh,
January 6th, 1940.
Right, Daffy is by far the darkest character.
Yeah.
He has to be. I mean,
but that is one thing that it was very quickly confirmed is that is the Daffy we know. He hasn't been replaced.
No.
There's no chance that's not the same psychopath from before.
It's absolutely mad. I mean, there was some dark bits in that anyway. So the general gist of it is Porky has a food hut. Some sort of shack.
It was a fried chicken place.
Where he's selling fried chicken. I didn't say any fried chicken, but there was
that's what I said he did.
And it had a foul taste by all accounts, which is not the best marketing. Yeah. But, slightly funny. So they're serving people. Some bloke comes up, asks for a good hamburger, and he wants it bad. So Daffy goes off to get the hamburgers out of the fridge, and lo and behold, the mice have stolen the hamburgers.
Which I thought was going to be
more of the story.
More of the story.
But it really wasn't. It kind of was just a leaning towards watching Daffy try to murder a calf
with a mallet.
So he's
his trusty mallet.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's the same one he used to knock out Porky III.
Yeah, he's got a sort of Harley Quinn thing going on.
Yeah. So he looks out the window, sees the calf, and it, in the cartoon way, turns into a hamburger. And he's like, right, that's what I'll do. Picks his mallet up, drags the calf into a barn somewhere, and we guess tries to kill it. But then he starts dragging it back out the barn. But it turns out to be a giant bull called Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Which then chases the bull around. But that wasn't the only dark thing I noticed. Porky's side story. Yeah. Somebody came up and went, I'll have a cup of coffee and 2 eggs. So Porky goes up to the big tea urn style thing, turns the tap, and a whole cup of coffee comes out. Not just the coffee. Right. The whole cup and coffee falls out. So he does that, and then he goes into the fridge to get the 2 eggs, and it's just a door to the outside. Picks up 2 eggs out of a chicken's nest, cracks one into the frying pan, egg. Cracks the other one, chick falls out, and starts dancing in the hot pan. He's using fertilised eggs.
Well, that was kind of confirmed at the beginning. The chickens were on the sort of awning of the shack.
That's horrible.
And they were all hatching. And, at that point, one of them happened to be a duck as well.
Where'd that come from?
Well, presumably,
Daffy's brought it in from home.
Well, he's either brought it in from home.
Oh, are they using his missus's eggs?
Or, well...
I suppose it's cheap.
Well, I don't think it was deliberate. But I was also wondering, or Daffy's having a thing with a chicken.
Oh, God, what an affair. No, Daffy's not having an affair. He's batshit crazy. But I'm not... He's not...
But the fact is that one of his eggs... Well, a duck egg was mixed in with it.
Yeah.
And, if you can accidentally put a chick in the pan, you can accidentally put a duck in the pan.
That is true. But, yeah, using fertilised eggs, that strikes me as,
Yeah.
odd. But that's pretty dark.
I'm wondering, because, I think there was a rift in the professional relationship and the friendship between Porky Pig and Daffy Duck before, right? Porky Pig had to get away from it all, join the Navy, he went to the Arctic, he just had to get away from Daffy because Daffy was absolutely
he went a step rental. Yeah, he one step beyond.
So, and then when Porky came back, there wasn't a lot of Daffy being a psychopath to Porky anymore.
No, he kind of toned it down a bit, hasn't he?
Now Porky III is gone.
Yeah.
He's got his mallet out again.
So what you think of maybe Porky III has some sort of calming nature on Daffy, and Daffy's like, I need to rein it in. If I want to be friends with Porky, I'm going to need to tone this down.
I think Porky, just basically, when Porky walked, it was just maybe I did go a bit far. But now it's not the same Porky. Daffy doesn't really understand that not being bashed in with a mallet wasn't a quirk of that Porky. That's what most people feel.
The thing is, he didn't go after Porky with it, but that's not to say that he won't at some point. Because he's got it. I mean, you don't just have it around if you're not planning on using it.
I just think the violence had simmered down.
It really had.
And Daffy, I think, thinks that the only reason he stopped doing it
was that particular Porky didn't like it.
And now it's different Porky. And it's maybe he's going to like it.
Maybe he likes being smashed in the head.
Yeah. Oh. We'll see how it develops.
Yeah.
But, some worrying stuff. And, old darkest timeline. Daffy is definitely in full force.
Oh, God. That was good. I quite enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Well, I've missed Daffy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially since Porky III's gone.
Yeah, because that's it definitely does feel different with this new Porky. So it's kind of like we're trying to get used to, a new person who's playing a character we know and love.
Yeah.
And I think, as you said earlier on, you want to know what's going on with Porky III.
Yeah.
But we're not being shown.
Yeah, all I really want to know is what's going on with him and Petunia and Killer's kid.
Yeah.
And that's not being provided.
It's really not. Ah, well. Shame.
Now, the next one is called Africa Squeaks, which raises two things for me. One, I bet it's going to be a bit racist.
Yeah.
But two, Squeaks, are we going to find out about these mice?
Oh, potentially.
Don't know, because maybe it's an ongoing feud. Maybe that'll be a background feud for a long time.
What do you reckon he's gone?
The mice are really victimising Porky and Daffy.
Yeah, because the thing is, they. At the end of that episode, the bull basically trashed Porky's food stand, completely trashed it, and that wouldn't have happened if the mice hadn't stolen the hamburger. It wouldn't have happened because Daffy wouldn't have had to go out to try and knock that calf out and kill it, and then he wouldn't have ended up dragging the bull out the barn, and the bull wouldn't have. So
Do you think the mice know this? Do you think it's like they've got this sort of Rube Goldberg machine of a plan?
I don't know.
Where they go, look, we just have to take the hamburger, the rest will take care of itself. Look at this chart.
Look at Daffy. Look at he's got his hammer right there. Obviously he's going to do something he shouldn't. Yeah, potentially.
Be interested to find out. Maybe mice hold more power in this world than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
Let's find out. In Africa Squeaks. January 17th, 1940.
January 17th? 27th, that man.
27th, I can't squint that hard. The screen's quite far away.
This is on the Porky Pig 101 thing, so I'm kind of hoping it shouldn't be too bad. It's not part of the censored 11, so...
So we have to watch it. So yeah, Africa Squeaks, January 27th, 1940. Okay, so Porky's in Africa.
Yeah.
He's got a load of blackface natives carrying all his stuff, because that's just the kind of guy he is.
Still. Yeah. Like this new one, straight back into just being massive racist.
Yeah, I mean, like, so it's not as bad as some of them have been.
Well, no.
But it's still there. It's
yeah,
still
he's not bothered by it.
But that aside, because I'm sick of talking about it.
Yeah.
Spencer Tracy's there. He's a cartoon now.
Weird.
He only says, I think he can only say Dr. Livingston, I presume.
And here, Livy, Livy, Livy. He does that.
That's not really... what's
He
that?
said it.
Yeah, but when does it stop being saying something and start being just making a noise? Like if I'm going, am I saying that?
No.
No, you see?
Because they're not words. But here, Livy, Livy, that's them's words. Well,
are they?
The here bit is.
Here bit is.
Either way.
Yeah, Spencer Tracy's there. He's playing Henry Stanley.
Yeah.
As he did in our world, but he's a cartoon now. I don't know if they've got their own Spencer Tracy, or if this is the kind of thing that happens if a human crosses the portal.
Yeah, so they don't. They end up kind of becoming more toon, but so maybe crossed over for a bit, came back.
I don't know. What if? I don't know, because I'm not sure, because we're pretty sure that when toons come out of a thing, they stay toons, right?
So it would make sense that if a human went in, it would stay human. I guess. It's because I don't want to know what Egghead looked like on this side if he turned real.
What if
I don't want to know.
When you cross through the portal, you look correct to the scene, right? Okay. So take Who Framed Roger Rabbit, for instance. If you were the other side of the portal and you were looking through, you would see a load of people and a load of actual rabbits just going around doing stuff.
Right, okay.
But if you're in there, they look like they're from where they're from.
Okay.
So we're looking through the portal. We see Toon World. We see Toon Spencer Tracy.
Right.
But if you were in the Toon World, you'd see Toon Porky Pig. Just Spencer Tracy. Just straight up Spencer Tracy.
Okay, so if Egghead came out, and on our side he would look like the Egghead we know.
Yeah.
But from the Toon side,
he would look like an egg on a suit.
On some sort of animatronic
contraption.
Body. I can't say that word.
Go again. Give it a go.
I can't. And a fucking animatronic. Okay. Yeah? I got it, yeah? Sweet. Good. Sometimes like where you realise that you don't know where you're going with this. Yeah, you're not going to say that word today. Like I've said it before, and I'll say it again. But right then, wasn't happening.
But yeah, okay, so I think that's the working theory for how people appear each side of the portal. Because it can't just be that you become a toon, because Spencer Tracy, was back this side of the portal, and he was a human.
Yes.
So, yeah. So that's the working theory there. But basically, did we get to the bottom of why Porky was there?
No, we didn't. He was there with a gun. I guess he's just back up to his hunting tricks again.
Maybe.
Because
I just realised that
there was no real reason for it. The roundup of that story was there was a nice little song and dance at the end. There was a hippo with a horn on his nose to make him look like a rhino. There was a kangaroo there in Africa. Well, I'm not having that. What was I doing there?
I don't even know. Is it that hippo was pretending to be a rhino, or is it another elephants are just grown up mice sort of situation where it's like rhinos are just hippos with a trumpet? Well, I guess it didn't have valves, so a vuvuzela on their nose.
Potentially.
Ready to play some jazz. The other thing that confounded us was, in the end, Porky does, well, he thinks, escort Stanley to Dr. Livingston.
He presumes.
Yeah. And he presumes incorrectly.
It does.
Because it looks like Dr. Livingston,
yeah,
but it is quickly revealed to be, and this I do not understand, Cake Icer. And he's just like wearing, like, you know, your standard, if you were to draw a university lecturer, like, you know, a mortarboard.
Yeah. It was very odd.
And then he just made everyone dance and play jazz.
Yeah, it was very, very peculiar.
So, I mean, one part of me wants to look up what Cake Icer could possibly be a reference to.
Right.
But the other part of me is fundamentally against doing any research into it whatsoever and just...
leaving it as is.
Just taking wild guesses.
Okay. What's your wild guess number one?
I don't know. I mean, like, he had another bit under his name. I can't...
He did.
What it said? It had college written there with a K.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the rest of it was.
No. We can nip back and have a little look.
Let's nip back and have a little look. So it said College of Musical Knowledge.
It did.
And apparently there's a guy called K. Kaiser who is on the telly box.
Yeah, on the old telly box with this College of Musical Knowledge.
And I guess he's their equivalent. Either that or...
he's jumped through as well.
Yeah, but he's really getting into being a toon.
Yeah.
He's going, I'll be Cake Icer here.
Yeah. I'll give it another go on this side.
I'll give it a go.
Helps.
But then,
Africa.
I don't know, maybe he doubles his income that way. He has all his shows here, pops into the Toon World, does the College of Musical Knowledge over there.
What's he get paid in?
Cake Icer.
What's he get paid in?
I don't know, Cal. But presumably the money's really good.
I guess so.
Mad monkey government.
In the heart of Africa. I don't know, well, it's the heart of Africa. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
but
they're on an expedition there. They're not.
Oh, that is true.
Their expedition's not funded by, whatever tribes they're going and exploiting in Africa, is it?
But he did seem to have himself a nice little band going on with all the...
Yeah, he did alright for himself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of animals in that band.
Yeah.
That elephant without a trunk was back.
Yeah,
or it's another elephant without a trunk, and that is just rife in the Looney Tunes
and
universe.
he did seem to be playing some sort of instrument instead of a trunk. So maybe he's got like different trunks he can put on.
Maybe, because it was definitely curved up like a saxophone.
It was.
It belled out at the end.
So I'm thinking he's actually got detachable trunks.
Maybe.
Sometimes he puts his swimming trunks on.
Do we think that in the Toon World, then, that elephants actually just don't have trunks? They just have a set of attachments?
Yeah. Why not?
Why the bloody hell not?
Well, I mean, a mouse doesn't have a trunk. So,
that's true.
As
elephants
it grows,
are just grown up
they are.
mice.
They are. So maybe they've never had trunks.
In that early episode we saw the elephant age reversed into a mouse.
Yeah.
He had a trunk.
He did have a trunk.
So do we think a part of the aging process they develop one of those attachments?
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to get. You might be a saxophone elephant, you might be a vacuum cleaner elephant.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know.
Okay.
But you can...
Yeah, but once you've got it, it becomes, a detachable thing.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, because I can't imagine that people make them for...
I wouldn't have thought so.
I reckon there's a selection, and it's like, mate, I know you're the saxophone elephant, I'm a vacuum cleaner elephant.
I could kind of do with it.
But I'm meant to be playing
in a band.
In a band. Can I swap?
Yeah.
For an hour and a half?
Your house looks a bit dusty. Do you want to do a little switch today?
Maybe they just switch around. Maybe they're not really fussed which one they wind up with.
So maybe there's some sort of elephant trunk exchange going on.
Yeah, it's sort of a gum tree sort of situation.
Looking for saxophone trunk. I'm doing the pretendy typey thing on the internet. Which they had in 1940.
Looking to part exchange for a vacuum cleaner trunk.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe.
Well, you never know.
Well, that's what we're rolling with for now.
Yeah.
That's the presumption.
Wow.
Didn't answer as much as I would like. It looks like the next episode is another old school story starring Porky, an Alibaba job. But that will have to wait for next week.
Ooh, look at that! Look at the time.
We yacked about the first one for a long time.
Yeah, we did.
We yammered on about that. I think we were just happy to. Oh, was that? No, I didn't have Daffy.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
We did chat a lot.
We chatted a lot about how much we missed Daffy.
Yeah,
and
how the new Porky's faring.
Yeah, new Porky. Soldiers on. I'm not a fan.
No,
I need him to either up his game.
Or maybe bring back the old one.
Or bring back the old Porky.
Well, I mean, we should find out, next week when we get to watch the next Porky episode.
That's true. How long till Bugs?
Oh, how long till Bugs? Shouldn't be long, hopefully.
So we've got the... So next week will be Elmer's Candy Camera, which is listed here as... Well, so it's the first Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
But Bugs Bunny's first appearance is largely considered to be later on the next Bugs episode, but we'll see. We'll make this call because they've made the call wrong before on this here list.
They have, definitely.
But yeah, we'll see at least Elmer next week, so that'll be interesting.
It's good. It's nice to be in 1940 now. It's nice to be in a new decade.
Yeah, it feels like progress. Feels like good progress.
And now we're going to start getting Elmer Fudd.
Because it means we've only got 77 years to catch up to where we are.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Getting through it.
Easy.
It's nobody's
business. We're ticking them off real quick.
Yeah.
We'll be done in a good few years.
But I think a lot of listeners might be done in a long time before that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm having fun.
All right. Well, let's get together next week and watch some cartoons then. Until then,
bye.